Hello, welcome to the news hour coming to you from Metro TV. I am Emmanuel Oladipo. First, listen to the following headlines. Daystar senior pastor Sam Adeyemi and 49 others sued over Endsars. NBC accuses broadcasters of recklessness over coverage of Endsars protest. Move to scrap ex-governors, deputies' payments courageous, says Tinubu. Now the news in details. Kenechukwu Okeke, an activist, has filed a criminal complaint against certain Nigerian celebrities and individuals connected to the nationwide Endsars protest that took place in the month of October 2020, accusing them of conspiracy and promotion of unlawful assembly under the guise or composition of Endsars. Okeke filed the lawsuit before a magistrate court in the Nigerian capital, Abuja, asserting that properties belonging to him were destroyed by some rioters and tumultuous persons incited by the accused persons in the course of the protest. Joined as defendants in the lawsuit by Okeke are about 50 persons, among whom are Laila Johnson Salami, Arise News anchor, Damini Ogulu, aka Burna Boy, David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, Folarin Falana, aka Falz, Peter and Paul Okoye, Innocent Idibia, aka Two-Face, Bankole Wellington, popularly known as Banky W, Tiwa Savage, Michael Ajere, aka Don Jazzy, and Yemi Alade. The list also includes social media comedian Debo Adebayo, aka Mr. Macaroni, and social media comedian Miriam Akpaokage, aka Taoma. Other defendants include senior pastor of Daystar Christian Center Sam Adeyemi, activist Aisha Yusufu, former Super Eagles legend Kano Nwako, Dr. Joe Abba, journalist Kiki Modi, and actors Yuel Edoche, as well as Uche Jombo. Some social media influencers also listed as defendants are Feyikemi Abudu, Olorunrinu Oduala, Pamilerin Adegoke, Japhet Omojoa, Ayo Sogunro, and Deji Adeyanju. The case filed on Monday, November 9, 2020 was in pursuant to sections 88, 109 cap A and 110 subsection 1 cap C of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2015. Okeke in the affidavit deposed as complainant averred that all the defendants conspired on Twitter with a view to inciting the public in the Endsars protest. The content of the affidavit read, quote, that the first to 50th accused persons between 3rd day of October 2020 and 28th day of October 2020 using Twitter, an internet web source with URL https://www.twitter.com within the jurisdiction of this honorable court did conspire among themselves to commit a misdemeanor, to wit, promoting or acting in such a manner with the intent to assist in the promotion of an unlawful assembly under the guise or composition of Endsars, end quote. He affirmed that they have committed an offense under section 97 subsection 2 of the Penal Code Act. Okeke also admitted that the defendants conspired under the cover of Endsars as to cause persons in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, to fear on reasonable grounds that such assembly needlessly and without any reasonable occasion may provoke other persons tumultuously to disturb the peace. Meanwhile, some of the defendants have been responding to the lawsuit via their individual social media accounts. The first defendant to respond was Aisha Yusufu, who asked, "What color of Aswebi are we showing for our court appearance?" Followed by Pastor Sam Adeyemi, who via his Twitter handle asked, "Who sent this guy to file this frivolous lawsuit?" Then Deji Adeyanju tweeted, "Thank God I made the list." It should be noted that the lawsuit has attracted fierce criticism from various quarters, one of which was a statement by the Conference of Igbo Youth Professionals Worldwide through its president, Muduabuchi Nwodo, in which they group disowned Okeke, noting that he is merely a self-proclaimed activist who is not known in the entire Southeast geopolitical region. According to Nwodo, the plaintiff was being sponsored by fifth columnist, saying, quote, "Our attention has been drawn to a criminal charge filed by one activist, Kenechukwu Okeke, against Pastor Sam Adeyemi and 49 other influential Nigerians at a magistrate court in Abuja over their alleged role in the recent Endsars protests in the country. This, no doubt, is an anti-progressive and anti-people action that should not have the support of people yearning for a better Nigeria. We wish to not only completely disown him, but also strongly dissociate ourselves from him, as well as a well-recognized and respected Igbo organization. We can authoritatively say here that the so-called Kenechukwu Okeke is not known in the Southeast region where all members hail from. He is carrying out his action exclusively on his own and not acting on behalf of Indigo." End quote. In another development, members of the public have responded to the decision of the Lagos State government to abolish pension for ex-governors, saying that the recently organized nationwide Endsars protest is bearing fruit and that the decision is in the right direction.
And over $1 billion. And then you have this pension law that gives ex-governors and their deputies their basic salary times 3 for furniture allowance, a house in Lagos or Abuja, 6 new cars every 3 years.
6 new cars?
Well, free medical care for themselves and their families. It's really ridiculous.
Dr. Abati.
Well, I mean, this was the major thing that came out of the budget proposal presented by the governor of Lagos State before the Lagos State House of Assembly.
Recall that the reduction of exuberant salaries to politicians was part of the demands of the youth during the protest, with much tackles against members of the National Assembly, including ex-governors and ex-presidents in Nigeria. The announcement to abolish pension for ex-governors in the state was made by the state governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, while presenting the 2021 budget to the Lagos State House of Assembly, saying, quote, "Mr. Speaker and honorable members of the House, in light of keeping the cost of governance low and to signal selflessness in public service, we will be sending a draft executive bill to the House imminently for the repeal of the Public Office Order Payment of Pension Law 2007, which provides for payment of pension and other entitlement to former governors and their deputies." Unquote. Be informed that the 2021 budget presented was christened after the rebuilding effort of the state government in the wake of the destructions that greeted the state as Endsars protests became violent. National Broadcasting Commission (NBC), which is the regulatory body for broadcast industry in Nigeria, has said that the commission imposed sanctions on some broadcast stations because they were reckless in their coverage of the nationwide Endsars protest. The NBC had in October 2020 fined Arise News, AIT and Channels TV, claiming that the 3 media houses used unverifiable video footage from social media to cover the Endsars protest. According to the acting director general of the commission, Professor Armstrong Idakaba, fine imposition became an option because many broadcast stations were becoming reckless in covering the Endsars crisis. Although